The Great Gospel of John, Volume 1. At the Galilean Sea, Chapter 101. Interruption of Peter's testimony to the Lord. Dinner at Peter's. The occasion between Peter and the boastful Judas. An unusual wine miracle. Judas drunk. Great miraculous healings. When Peter had finished the song, he spoke in a most sombre tone. My friends and brethren, what a contrast between us and David once, when he gave the nation this glorious song of praise. As he sang, he lifted up his eyes to the stars, because then, according to men's concepts, Jehovah dwelt in the unapproachable light above all stars. But what would David now do here, since he to whom he lifted up his eyes above all stars, say I, halt, Peter, friend, let it suffice, and consider all those we have among us. Peter remembers at once and invites the guests to partake of the evening meal, consisting mostly in bread and well-cooked fish. But Judas inquires of Peter whether wine could be bought for money in this vicinity. And Peter replies, a couple of furlongs distance at the inn, wine is sold. Hearing this, Judas further asks whether he has no one to send down for a barrel full. Says Peter, are you not familiar with my domestic state? I have no one to send. But if you want wine, then go to the publican yourself, and strike a deal, and you shall come off the better. Says Judas, I shall rather do without than go myself. Says Peter, do as you like. I can't spare you servants, as my fishers are still busy at sea, and my wife and children and in-laws have their hands full, as you can see. You are not going to ask me to cart a whole barrel here at night by myself. Says Judas, somewhat annoyed, Now, I only meant well, seeing you have no wine, because I myself would have paid for it, no matter what price. Says Peter, there is one among us who converted water into wine at Cana at the wedding of Simon, who also is here. The one could also do so now, if necessary. Since, however, it surely is not necessary, we can also make do with the very choice water from my well. Says Judas, right enough. I am happy therewith too, since I myself greatly commend good water. Yet precisely on an occasion like this, wine would not go amiss. But since this one, whom I too deem myself to know, is capable of making water into wine, he surely could also do you the favour. Say I, so go down to the well and drink, because to you the well shall supply wine, but to us all just water. Judas at once went down to the well and drew. But as he drank from the water drawn, it was wine of the best kind, and he got so drunk as to be prostrated by the well, in danger of falling into the well, which was deep, had not some of Peter's servants spotted him. bringing him into the house and into a bed. But it was good thus, because that evening I healed many of all kinds of sicknesses and plagues, and exorcised many of the evil spirits. And in the face of such signs, Judas would have been a nuisance,